champions, yeah. Screaming that's us, and when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. Purple and white, but you know what I mean. Double 11 senior year made history. Football, we took it to the playoffs. Collinsville, white and purple, yeah, we are the K-House. I said the K-House, the school of champions. We laugh a lot, we rap a lot. I'm asked, I be an Indian again. I'm telling them that Collinsville is where it's at. So when we on the field of court, they better be aware of that. They scared of that. Of course, look at the ceiling. What up, Mr. Floyd? Yeah, it's Collinsville. And yes, I'm glad to say that I'm a K-Hawk. I'm about to graduate. Yeah. You know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions, yeah. Screaming that's us, and when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to CHS, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1, 2, but we're number 1. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions, yeah. Screaming that's us, and when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm about my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the cheapest crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play no sports. I play my cards right. Now a good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm the back cause everybody rolling with me, K-Hawks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
All the freshmen,
High school, champions.
yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions, yeah. Screaming that's us, and when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And a very good afternoon, everyone, as we welcome you to Camelot Bowl here in Collinsville as we get you set for some high school boys bowling action. I am Todd Duke. Glad that you're with us here on the Kahok Sports Network. Sorry for a little bit of a delay. They kind of caught me off guard and played the national anthem first. Normally they let everybody warm up for a little while and then play the national anthem. So a little bit caught off guard, but nevertheless, we are here and ready to go. And we welcome you into the Chiropractic Works pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network. Chiropractic Works owned, let's do that again, Chiropractic Works, owned and operated by Dr. Chris McCluskey. He and his crew are focused on helping many people as possible live high-quality lives all through chiropractic care and wellness. You can visit Dr. McCluskey at Chiropractic Works in Collinsville at 410 Regency Center, just off of the Beltline Road in Collinsville, or you can call 343-3602 or online, chiropracticworkscollinsville.com. We are focusing on the boys today, although the boys and the girls are here, and the opponent is Belleville West High School for both the boys and the girls. We have the boys here on lanes 25 and 26, as you can see them practicing on those lanes right now. The girls' varsity team is right next to them, so we'll be able to keep an eye on them as well as we go through the proceedings here. But we are here tonight to focus on the boys. We have 3 boys matches and 3 girls matches scheduled for you this year, and we've already done one of each in November, and then we have one of each in December, and then we have one of each in January. So we, as I mentioned, focused on the boys tonight, and the boys come in Southwestern Conference play holding down second place. So Fallon is in first place. They are perfect, 5-0. They have not lost a match this year to any Southwestern Conference team. Collinsville comes in right behind them at 4-1, and then you have alternate 2-2. Everybody else is behind them, and Collinsville comes into this, as I mentioned, at 4-1. They have an 80% winning percentage. They are averaging 1,045 pins per game. The high game of the year, as far as a team is concerned, 1,147, and the high series so far for the year for Collinsville, 3,276, and that is tops in the Southwestern Conference. Their 1,147 game high is just behind both Belleville East and O'Fallon, and just barely behind O'Fallon. A couple of leaders in the Southwestern Conference for Collinsville. As far as the scratch game numbers are concerned, Collinsville, as I mentioned, that 1,147, that puts them in third place behind Belleville East with 1,162, and O'Fallon just 1 pin better than Belleville East at 1,163. As far as the scratch series is concerned, told you that 3,276 was tops in the Southwestern Conference. Right behind them, O'Fallon, 3,242, and Belleville East in that number 3 spot at 3,105. As far as individuals are concerned in the Southwestern Conference, from these 2 squads, Ryan Warner leads all bowlers as far as scratch games are concerned. 278 for Mr. Warner, and Eli Hay is on that list as well. He's in the 6th spot with a 267. Right behind him is Alex Dahl with a 265. A couple of players from the Belleville West Maroons are on that list as well. Hunter White, Jalen Duncan, and Zachary Benavidez. They represent the bottom 5 of the top 10 in the Southwestern Conference as far as games are concerned. As far as series, the very top of the list is Hunter White. He is with Belleville West. Right behind him in the number 2 spot, Ryan Warner with a 276. Eli Hay in the number 3 spot, right behind his teammate Warner with a 714. Plus you got Cole Buddy and Ethan Gardner on that list in the bottom 5, and Zachary Benavidez on that list as well. He holds up the 10 spot in the game and the 10 spot in the scratch series as well. As far as team efforts go, for Collinsville, they started off finishing 4th out of 6 teams in the Southwestern Conference tournament, and that, in case you don't remember, is going to be continued a little bit later on this month. Matter of fact, this coming Tuesday, they'll continue that tournament. So going into the second leg, Collinsville is 4 out of the 6 teams. The Zach LeClure Memorial Invitational, Collinsville won first place in that one out of 32 teams. They also played in the Plainville North tournament in the Invitational there and took 8th place out of 44 teams. They also won first place in the Abe Lincoln Invite. That was just over this past weekend out of 16 teams. And the Bulldog Invite as well, 4th place out of 16 teams. So our boys are playing some pretty good bowling matches here in the first half of the season. And yeah, first half of the season, and it's getting close. Let's see. Regionals start on the 12th of January. So yeah, we're a little over halfway through the regular season with a few matches left to go, and we've got a couple more of those coming up for you. Let's take our first break here on the Chiropractic Works pregame show. When we come back, we'll talk things over with Collinsville head coach Sean Hay. We'll do that in just a moment here on the Kahoks Sports Network.
Hey guys, I'm Dr. Chris McCluskey, and I'm excited to be here talking to you about one of our favorite products that we offer to the practice members in our office. It's called Rico's Bioenergy Band. Now, over the last 15 years that I've been in health and wellness, we've been blessed to grow one of the busiest pediatric and family wellness centers in the United States, where we've helped tens of thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of people. So today we're going to talk about Rico's Bioenergy Bands. It's a simple band that you wear around your wrist or your ankle. We even have dog bands. What the Bioenergy Band does, it helps you live a higher quality of life, which is exactly what my purpose in life is to help as many people live as high quality of life for as long as possible. So we're going to introduce to you Rico, the band, the science and technology. We're going to perform a test for y'all to show you how the product works.
I'm Rico with Rico's Bioenergy. I created Rico's Bioenergy wristbands. We've been around for around 7 years, and this company has grown to a $20 million company because we have a great product and it works.
All Pro Tees is your place for custom apparel for your school, business, sports team, and more. All Pro Tees offers a variety of services and options, and they'll walk you through that process step by step. They pride themselves in being a local Collinsville business, and they specialize in helping their clients promote and grow that business, all with custom apparel. All Pro Tees right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Online at allprotees.com or call 344-2200.
Hey guys, I'm Dr. Chris McCluskey, and I'm excited to be here talking to you about one of our favorite products that we offer to the practice members in our office. It's called Rico's Bioenergy Band. Now, over the last 15 years that I've been in health and wellness, we've been blessed to grow one of the busiest pediatric and family wellness centers in the United States, where we've helped tens of thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of people. So today we're going to talk about Rico's Bioenergy Bands. It's a simple band that you wear around your wrist or your ankle. We even have dog bands. What the Bioenergy Band does, it helps you live a higher quality of life, which is exactly what my purpose in life is to help as many people live as high quality of life for as long as possible. So we're going to introduce to you Rico, the band, the science and technology. We're going to perform a test for y'all to show you how the product works.
I'm Rico with Rico's Bioenergy. I created Rico's Bioenergy wristbands. We've been around for around 7 years, and this company has grown to a $20 million company because we have a great product and it works.
And once again, we welcome you back into the Chiropractic Works pregame show here on the Kahoks Sports Network as we get you set for some high school bowling. Collinsville taking on Belleville West, and Coach Sean Hay joining us on the pregame show now. Coach, your team, the boys team, is who we're focusing on tonight, so we're talking about the boys here. Man, I'll tell you what, they're a hot commodity right now. They have been rolling along since the beginning of the season, and looks like they're not slowing down.
Yeah, we had a little speed bump on Monday. We kind of fell a little short against O'Fallon. But other than that, yeah, we've been doing well. We've got a couple tournament championships, some decent finishes, and some northern championships. So, yeah, so far they're rolling really well.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about the O'Fallon game because it's not listed on the calendar here as being completed yet.
No. Well, no. You talking about on the school website?
Yeah.
At the end of the week, I usually do the rest of the whole week.
I got you, man.
All right. No, yeah, I'm not trying to hide anything. No, we had a speed bump there for sure.
And is that the one loss that you had there I see in your standings?
Yes, that's it.
All right, I got you. All right, so let's forget about O'Fallon. Let's talk about the past weekend, the Abe Lincoln Invite. Tell us about that tournament, and you guys once again took home another piece of hardware.
Yeah, it didn't look that way in the morning. We were bowling kind of blah in the morning, and we were in 6th or 7th going into the second half. And then in the second half, they started turning it on, started shooting 1,100 games, and kept pouring it on while other teams were starting to fall off. So it was a double whammy in that we were bowling really well, and some other teams started to fall off. So we ended up winning that by a decent amount.
Ryan Warner at the top of the Southwestern Conference standings as far as game is concerned with that 278, and you guys got a couple of guys in the top 6.
Yeah, like I said, they're rolling pretty well right now. They truly are. And we're fortunate in that we're deep. I mean, with Eli being gone today for illness, We've got Alex back, who was not available at the beginning of the year. He's back in, and he's a 4-year starter now, and not to mention just some people that have stepped up.
Yeah. All right. This is the second time you've faced Belleville West. You guys just met like 10 days ago or something?
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago. Hold on 1 second. Hey, put in B West and then Kahoks on one side. B West on the left, Kahoks on right. B West on left, Kahoks on right. Someone put that in, please. Sorry about that.
That's okay. It happens.
But anyway, I'm sorry. What was the question?
You know what? I forgot now.
Oh, we had just seen Belleville recently. Yeah, we
Yeah.
bowled at their house pretty well. But they came out the gate shooting 1,100 right at us. So I look forward to this to be a really good contested matchup. I look for it to be a good one.
Yeah, that was on the 27th of November. Here we are on the 6th of December. You guys are already facing each other again. Is that kind of weird?
Well, we rearranged the schedule a little bit for bowling, and we worked in a couple of conference meets to where all the conference teams bowl at the same time. And we used the combination of all 4 of those dates for one big tournament. And so to make room for that, we had to really
kind of compress everything.
Compress things.
Yeah. So. All right, I got you. All right, we're here to cover the boys, but let's talk about the girls real quick. How are they doing as they face Belleville West tonight?
They've been doing pretty well. Again, they also hit a speed bump against O'Fallon. We really didn't do well at their house. But for the most part, we've been getting seconds. The team, of course, that's blocking us right now is O'Fallon. They're a quality girls team. But as far as the work that these girls have put in, we're just that one little piece away from jumping in and competing regularly with that.
All right, thanks a lot, Coach. Go get them.
No problem.
Thank you. That is head coach Sean Hay of your Collinsville Kahoks. We'll take a break. We will come back and we'll get this first match underway in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
I'm a hot babe out jogging. I'm out making sure this stays at 10 when you drive by. You're checking out my awesome headband when... Oops. That's when you find out your cut rate insurance, it ain't paying for this. So get Allstate. Save cash and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Mayhem is everywhere. Are you in good hands? Call me, Mike Cluck with Allstate, for a quote today.
Hey guys, I'm Dr. Chris McCluskey, and I'm excited to be here talking to you about one of our favorite products that we offer to the practice members in our office. It's called Rico's Bioenergy Band. Now, over the last 15 years that I've been in health and wellness, we've been blessed to grow one of the busiest pediatric and family wellness centers in the United States, where we've helped tens of thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of people. So today we're going to talk about Rico's Bioenergy Bands. It's a simple band that you wear around your wrist or your ankle. We even have dog bands. What the Bioenergy Band does, it helps you live a higher quality of life, which is exactly what my purpose in life is to help as many people live as high quality of life for as long as possible. So we're going to introduce to you Rico, the band, the science and technology. We're going to perform a test for y'all to show you how the product works.
I'm Rico with Rico's Bioenergy. I created Rico's Bioenergy wristbands. We've been around for around 7 years, and this company has grown to a $20 million company because we have a great product and it works.
And once again, we welcome you back to Camelot Bowl. I am Todd Duke. Glad that you're with us here for a little Kahok bowling action on this snowy Thursday afternoon. Started off a little bit of rain right around 11:30. That switched over to snow about 1 o'clock, and it's been snowing ever since. Not supposed to get a bunch, but we'll be okay. We are underway here. We're into the third bowler for each team now in match number 1. Remember, we play 3 matches. And right now, for Collinsville, this is the 4th bowler, and that is Alex Dahl, as you mentioned, the coach. As we mentioned his name, we remember Coach said he's just now back, so nice to see Alex back in the fold here for the bowling team. Over on lane 25, that would be the left side. That would be Evan Engel, or excuse me, that is Zach Benavidez. And he is the last bowler for Belleville West over on 25. Here on 26, Ethan Gardner, or excuse me, yeah, Ethan Gardner. picks up a strike, and the first frame has come to a close for Collinsville. Benavidez trying to pick up that last pin over on 25, and that will end frame number 1, and it does. And right now, we are all knotted at 49 after the first frame. 10 strikes and 1 spare. 10 strikes, excuse me. 4 strikes and 1 spare on each side. And the girls, they are also in frame number 1, and they are just finishing up. They're on lanes 27 and 28 right next to us. So on your screen, you see the 2 empty frames with no lights and no pins. That's lanes 23 and 24. Next is 25 and 26. That's where the boys are on the varsity side. And right next to them, you can see lane 27 and part of lane 28. That is where the varsity girls are playing. And rolling a strike is Hunter White for Collinsville, and Nathan Hay following up Ryan Warner. Leaves himself an ugly split. One of the worst, 7-10. There is Hay on 25. Going for that 7-10 split. Gets the 7, but can't kick it over far enough to the right to get that 10. Here is, for Belleville West, Jalen Duncan on 26, picking up that 10 pin to give himself a spare. Eli Hay is under the weather, not here. So Nathan Hay takes his spot in the lineup. That was Cole Buddy over on lane 25, who leaves himself a little bit of a split as well. Here is Corbin Vaughn down 26 for Belleville West, and he picks up a strike. Cole Buddy on 25 has the 1, 2, and then the 10 back there in the corner. Here's his try, and he can't get that head pin to swing back there hard enough to pick up that 10 pin, so an open frame for Cole Buddy. Now up on lane 26 is Evan Engel for Belleville West, and Alex Dahl on lane 25. He'll go in front of Engel as Dahl will let his ball go now down 25, and he will pick up a strike. Second strike in a row for Alex Dahl. Here is Engel, and he picks up a strike as well. Now we're up to the 5th bowler on each side. Ethan Gardner will be on 25 for Collinsville, and Zach Benavidez on lane 26 for Belleville West. Collinsville beat Belleville West back on the 27th of November at Belleville West, as Ethan Gardner ends the first frame with a strike. So again, 3 strikes for Collinsville in this one. They have the screens backwards today. Collinsville is usually on the screen on the left. Now they're on the one on the right, so I have to kind of adjust my thinking here. 3 strikes and 2 open frames in that second frame for Collinsville, and it's a 139-134 lead for Belleville West after 2 complete frames. We switch lanes again. Collinsville coming up on lane 26, and here is Ryan Warner. Warner lets it go. Leaves himself a split. This is the old 2-10 split. Here's Hunter White down 25. He gets a strike. And now Ryan Warner trying to pick up this 2-10 split on 26. Can't. Picks up the 2, didn't get on the left side of it to knock it over into the 10, so another open frame here for Collinsville. A little bit of a rough start after that first frame. Here is Jalen Duncan for Belleville West on 25, who picks himself up a strike as well. Nathan Hay on 26 does the same. Corbin Vaughn on 25 for the Maroons. Lefty lets it go and leaves up 4. Cole Buddy on 26 for the Kahawks. And he'll leave up one. Could have been a lot worse because one of those pins stayed up for a minute, went down at the last moment. Corbin Vaughn trying to pick up his spare on 25. He has 4 pins to deal with. He'll only get 1. That'll help Collinsville's cause out just a bit. And Cole Buddy trying to pick up his 1 pin down here on 26 to help the cause. He does. And Evan Engel ready to let it fly on 25. He knocks them all down and picks up his 3rd strike, gets a turkey to start off this game. There's Alex Dahl down 26 for Collinsville. He'll leave the 10-pin standing. Zach Benavidez on 25 for Belleville West. And he'll pick up a strike. West is on a roll right now. Here's Alex Dahl trying to pick up that 10-pin and just a little bit to the left. Couldn't quite do it. And we're just waiting for Ethan Gardner to finish things up here on 26 to finish up this 3rd frame. And we need something good here from Gardner. Right now, Collinsville trailing by 44 pins with just 1 bowler left. There we go. That's what we needed. So turkey to start off the game for Ethan Gardner as well, and that helps a little bit. 243 for Belleville West, 229 for Collinsville. Here's Ryan Warner on 25 picking up a strike to start off frame number 4. Girls just at a first glance winning their match right now, but they're in the second, 126 to 115. Hunter White down 26 picks up a strike, so he matches Ryan Warner. Here is Nathan Hay, who leaves himself a split. Jalen Duncan ready on 26 for Belleville West. It's on the way, and he will pick up a strike. Back-to-back strikes. 3 out of the first 4 frames for Jalen Duncan. Oh, that was a nice spare pickup there by Nathan Hay. Nice job on 25. That'll definitely help. Corbin Vaughn on 26 will leave up the 3 on the left side. Cole Buddy down 25 for Collinsville. Lets it fly. He'll leave up 2 on the left side. Vaughn, he'll go first, down 26, trying to pick up his 3. He'll only pick up the 1. So Cole Buddy could help the cause out here for Collinsville by picking up this spare on 25. Let's see what happens. He'll get both and pick up the spare. On to the 4th bowlers, Alex Dowell for Collinsville, Evan Engel for Belleville West. It'll be Engel first on 26. Yeah, gets them all. So Alex Dahl trying to match. Turkey for Engel, and Dahl leaves up 3. Oh, that's 4 in a row for Engel, sorry. He has started off this match with 4 straight strikes. Ethan Gardner has started off with 3. He is the anchor day for Collinsville. Dahl on 25 trying to pick up that spare, and he'll leave 1. sleeper over here on 26 for Zach Benavidez. Here's Ethan Gardner on 25, trying to continue his hot start. He will. He'll have 4 strikes in a row to start off this first match. Now Benavidez trying to pick up this sleeper. He's got the 2 and the 8. He will get both. Nice pickup there, and after 4 complete frames, Collinsville trailing Belleville West 359 to 316. Starting off the 5th frame, here is Ryan Warner on 26 for Collinsville. They'll start off the 5th frame with a strike. So Hunter White on 25 will try to do the same. It's on the way, and he does. Moving on to the second bowlers. Nathan Hay for Collinsville down 26. And that's a good one after picking up that split spare. Jalen Duncan on 25 for Belleville West will try to match. And he'll leave 1 pin standing. Cole Buddy on 26. A strike, 2 spares, and an open frame in his 4 completed frames, and he'll leave up 2. Meanwhile, Jalen Duncan trying to pick up his remaining pin over on 25. That's the 9 pin. He'll pick his up. Cole Buddy trying to pick his spare up here on 26. He does. Thought that was going to jaunt to the left there just a little too soon. Corbin Vaughn on 25 for the Maroons. Leaves up that 7 pin. Here's Alex Dahl on 26. He'll take care of all of them. And that'll leave way for Ethan Gardner, who has 4 straight strikes to start this first match off with. Corbin Vaughn trying to pick up that 7 pin for the Maroons over on 25. He'll throw it into the gutter. Here's Ethan Gardner on 26, looking for his 5th strike in as many frames. It's on the way. Lots of power and lots of movement, and he does take care of it. 5 straight strikes in the first 5 frames. After 5 frames in the book, Collinsville a little closer. 427 for Belleville West, 414 for your Kahawks. As we get set to begin frame number 6, let's thank some of our sponsors. How about Pace Design and Construction in Maryville? Whether building a new home, making an addition to the home you currently own, or finally getting around to that remodeling job you've been putting off, Pace Design and Construction in Maryville can help. Pace Design and Construction is a building and remodeling contractor that you can trust. They provide the highest quality. They are dedicated to their customers and are committed to completing your project on time and within budget. Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Give them a call at 618-407-5466. Online, pacedesignconstruct.com. Gutter ball to start off with this 6th frame for Hunter White for Belleville West down 25. And not sure what we're waiting on here on 26 to get Ryan Warner up and running. Oh, we still have a player to go on. Okay, I got you now. We're still ending up 5, so that gutter ball was by Zach Benavidez, and his next one, he leaves up 3, so I was mistaken on that first score. So now it's 464 Belleville West to 414 Collinsville. That makes it just a little bit worse, doesn't it? 50 pins behind. 5 frames in the book. Here's Ryan Warner on 25th to get us started in the 6th. And he wipes them all out. So Hunter White steps up on 26 for the Maroons. Wipes out the left side. Here's Nathan Hay on 25. Oh, left that 9-pin standing back there in the back. Glancing over at the girls' board, they are in the third frame. And Collinsville up 247 to 204. Here is Nathan Hay picking up his spare on 25. Hunter White on 26 trying to do the same, and he will. Comes away with that whoo look on his face. Barely touched the left side of that lead pin. Cole Buddy up on 25 for your Kahawks. And he wipes them all out as well. So Collinsville, 2 strikes and a spare here in this 6th frame. Second bowler, Jalen Duncan for Belleville West. Takes care of another strike for the Maroons. Here's Alex Dahl down 25. Collinsville's a little ahead of the game here as far as Belleville West is concerned. Dahl is the 4th bowler, and he's almost finished. The 3rd bowler for Belleville West, Corbin Vaughn, just now stepping up. Nine-pin left over there for Dahl. Here's Vaughn. He'll leave 2 up. Now Dahl over on 25. Trying to pick up his spare. He will. And that'll bring up Ethan Gardner to close out the 6th frame over on 25. While we await Corbin Vaughn to finish up on 26. Well, I guess we're going to have Ethan Gardner go first. So the players on 26 have to wait for the girls on, there we go, 6 strikes in a row for Ethan Gardner. Whoever is bowling on 26 has to wait for the girls to go. You do not have the problem on 25 because there is no one bowling on lane 24. So now Corbin Vaughn will have a chance to pick up that spare. He will. Evan Engel will come up. You would figure that Engel would be ready to go since he has to wait, but he's not. Now he steps up. And he's ready to bowl. And gets them all. That 10-pin was the last one to drop. So Zach Benavidez, a little rough go of it the last couple of throws, is going to be up on 26 after Time Sampson takes care of a strike on 27 for the girls team. Nicely done. There is Benavidez. And that makes up for the gutter ball on the last frame. So we head to the 7th now. Collinsville still trailing 561 to 534. They are getting a little bit closer. Instead of 50 pins down, they've got it back into the 40s. Here is Ryan Warner. He knew that ball wasn't going to go where it went when it left his hand, so he leaves up the 1 and the 2. Hunter White for Belleville West on 25. He leaves up the 10-pin. Warner ready on 26. Picks up his, spare. Yep. Ran out of my Mountain Dew, so I'm drinking Bowling Alley Dr. Pepper. And that kind of gets the old bubbles going. For some reason or another, Mountain Dew does not make me belch at all, but all the other sodas do. No, I don't like water. I heard you. Not a big water drinker. Here's Jalen Duncan on 25 for Belleville West. After Nathan Hay leaves up 1 pin on 26, Duncan picks up a strike with his throw down 25, and Nathan Hay ready on 26 to try to pick up his spare. He does. Corbin Vaughn ready on 25 for the Maroons. He will leave up 1. Cole Buddy on 26 for your Kahawks. Lets it fly. And wipes out all but the 3, 6, and the 10 on the right-hand side. There's Corbin Vaughn on 25 trying to pick up his spare. He does. Buddy's turn on 26. And can't get that 10 pin to fall. Alex Dahl and Evan Engel, the 4 slot bowlers for their respective teams. Here is Dahl on 26 for Collinsville. Strike. Evan Engel will try to match on 25. It's on the way, and it misses the head pin, so 2 will remain. The 1 and the 2 for Evan Engel as Ethan Gardner steps up on 26. 6 straight strikes to start off this game, going for number 7 here. Here it is. Oh, couldn't get that 9 pin to fall. First non-strike for Ethan Gardner. Here is Engel trying to pick up the 1 and the 2 on 25, and he will. That'll bring up Zach Benavidez on 25, the last bowler for Belleville West. Ethan Gardner, the last bowler for Collinsville, trying to pick up this 1 pin on lane 26. First it'll be Benavidez because Gardner had to wait for the girls on 27, so might as well let him go. And Benavidez ends it with a strike. Here is the spare pickup by Ethan Gardner. We are through 7. And after 7 complete frames, Belleville West out front, 667 to 648 for Collinsville. So 21 pin difference. Here's Ryan Warner on 25. Leaves the 10 pin. Hunter White will wait just a minute on 26 while his female counterpart on the Varsity Maroons throws down 27. Now White is ready to go. And he picks up a strike. Warner trying to pick up that 10 pin. He does. Ball looked like it was headed for the gutter there for a minute. But Warner has so much spin on his ball, it spun just enough to stay up and take care of that 10 pin. Here is Jalen Duncan for the Maroons. Down 26 it comes, and all of them fall. Nathan Hay down 25. Jalen Duncan just gets himself a turkey. Nathan Hay picks himself up a strike. For Hay, his 3rd strike here in this match. Here's Cole Buddy on 25. And he'll pick up a strike. Corbin Vaughn for the Maroons on 26, trying to match. He leaves up the 10. Alex Dahl down 25 for Collinsville. Whoa, all of them fall, wow. Alex Dahl, that look on his face was he couldn't believe that. We are a little off angle this time out. Every other table here has a electrical socket underneath it. So this was the closest I could get to 25 and 26. So it's a little off angle, but nevertheless effective. Here's Ethan Gardner on 25. After 6 straight strikes, he spared the last frame and leaves the 10 pin up on this one. Evan Engel down 26 for the Maroons. Leaves up a sleeper. Got that 2 and that 8 still standing. Here's Ethan Gardner going for that 10 pin pick in that right corner. And he'll throw it in the gutter. So he follows up 6 straight strikes with a spare in the 7th and an open frame in the 8th. Still throwing a robust 194 after 8 frames. Evan Engel trying to pick up his sleeper over here on 26. He will. That just leaves Zach Benavidez. Time Sampson down 27 for the girls here, and then Benavidez can get ready to go. And Sampson picks up another strike, so that's nice to see. I'll give you an update on the girls here right after the last bowler here for this 8th frame. There's a strike by Benavidez. So after 8 frames in the book, the Maroons 784 and the Kahawks 735. They are in the middle of the 6th frame on the girls' side. And right now Collinsville up 528 to 411. Here's Ryan Warner down 26 for Collinsville. If they're going to make a push, they need to do it in these last 3 frames, and Warner almost picks himself up a strike, but couldn't get that 4 pin to fall. Here is Hunter White down 25 for Belleville West, looking to exact a little revenge on Collinsville for beating them at their home just not too long ago, 27th of November. Here is Ryan Warner down 26, and he'll take care of his spare. Jalen Duncan, his first ball here in the 8th, down 25 for the Maroons, and he'll leave up 4. They're all bunched together, so fairly simple takedown. Here's Nathan Hay down 26 for Collinsville. He'll knock them all down. Jalen Duncan on 25, trying to pick up his spare. He will. Cole Buddy down 26, ready to go. Ooh. The old 410 split, huh? Easier to pick up than the 710, but really not that easy at all. Got to nick that 4 pin on that left-hand side and knock it over into the 10. That's easier said than done, isn't it? Here's Corbin Vaughn on 25. He'll leave up a couple of pins, but at least they're right next to each other. Here's the try by Buddy on 26, and thought for a second he was heading in the right direction. Didn't touch that 4 pin on the left-hand side, though. Went just to the left of it. So an open frame for Buddy. Alex Dahl will step up after Corbin Vaughn tries to pick up his spare on 25. He does. Now Alex Dahl ready to go. And he is successful. So Gardner will come up on 26 here in just a moment, but not before Evan Engel takes his first throw in this frame, down 25 for the Maroons. That's a strike. Throwing strikes all over the place here tonight. For Alex Dahl, that was his third in a row, so he'll pick up a turkey. Here's Ethan Gardner for Collinsville down 26. Oh, comes in on the left side of the head pin. Still knocks them all down. So Gardner, after a spare and an open frame that followed his 6 straight strikes to start off with, he picks up another one here in this 9th. We're in the 9th. Benavidez leaves up the last 2 pins on the left, the 4 and the 7. Open frames hurt. The Maroons trying not to have an open frame this go round. Looking up at the scoreboard, they've only had 3 open frames in this whole match. And it will remain that way after Benavidez picks up a spare. So we head to the 10th frame. Collinsville trailing by 36 now in this one, 896 to 830. So if the Kahawks are going to win here tonight, they're going to have to do it from come from behind fashion and do it in the last 2 matches. Because I don't know if they're going to be able to catch up in this one. Here is Ryan Warner. We'll find out. Warner picks up a strike. He'll have a couple of bonus throws coming his way. Here is Hunter White on lane 26 for the Maroons. He'll knock them all down. He'll have a couple of bonus throws. The girls are midway through the 7th. Collinsville almost up by 100 pins. 6:15 to 5:20. There's a strike by Warner on his 2nd throw. One more coming his way. Hunter White picked up a strike, so he has 2 more. Here's the first. Not this time around. Warner ready for his final throw here in this first match. It's on the way. And he will leave up that 7 pin. Almost struck out the side there in the 10th. Sounds like baseball talk. Here's Hunter White going for a spare to finish up his first match. He will. Warner ends up with a 242. Or excuse me, a 202. While Hunter White ends up with a 244. So there's another head-to-head match that's won by the Maroons, who look like they're not only going to win this match, but they may get a couple of head-to-heads as well. Here's Jalen Duncan, down 26. He'll leave up 2 pins. Nathan Hay picked up a strike on his first throw down 25, so his first bonus throw is, excuse me, on the way. And he'll leave up 3 on that go-round. Jalen Duncan down 26, ready to see if he can pick up a spare and give himself a bonus throw, but yep, he does. Nathan Hay on 25, ready for his last throw here in this first match. And he picks up a spare. And Nathan is 1 pin better than his teammate Ryan Warner with a 203. Here is Jalen Duncan, his last throw here in this first match, and he ends up with a 221. So another head-to-head matchup won by Belleville. Here's Cole Buddy, who picks up a strike on his first throw here in the 10th. So far, the first 3 bowlers have done just that, picked up strikes on their first throws. Corbin Vaughn will get ready to go on 26. First, Cole Buddy is going to take his 2nd throw here in this 10th. He'll knock them all down again, and he'll have 1 more opportunity. Here's Corbin Vaughn on 26. Strike for Vaughn. And And the last one coming up for Cole Buddy here on 25 for Collinsville. Strike. Corbin Vaughn. He'll leave up the 7-pin. Here is Alex Dahl after Cole Buddy finishes with a 168. Corbin Vaughn has one more throw coming his way, and there's a strike for Alex Dahl to start off the 10th. Cole Buddy ended up with a 168. Right now, Corbin Vaughn at a 145. And the only thing he can do is pick up that 7-pin. Dahl. Ready to go down 25 with his second. After that strike, he'll pick up and knock them all down again and have one more coming his way. Evan Engel, excuse me, on 26. Ready? It's on the way. And he will pick up that spare and end up with that 146. So Collinsville gets their first head-to-head matchup as Cole Buddy beat Corbin Vaughn 168 to 146. And 3 strikes, you're out for Alex Dahl. That's just in the 10th frame. And for Alex Dahl, he'll end up with a 226 and finish that game with 6 strikes in a row. That's how Ethan Gardner started this match. 6 strikes in a row for Collinsville. Here is Evan Engel down 26 for Belleville West. He'll pick up a strike. And now Ethan Gardner down 25 for the Kahawks. He'll pick up a strike. Collinsville's doing everything they can here. That's the 7th straight strike thrown in this 10th frame by Collinsville. 3 by Buddy, 3 by Dahl, and now 1 by Gardner. Evan Engel picked up a strike on his first throw. He'll have to wait for the females on 27, so Ethan Gardner will go ahead and throw down 25. His second here in this 10th. And he'll leave one up and have to get that one on his last throw of this match. Here is Engel. His second throw down 26. He'll leave up 3, one of which is a sleeper. Has that 3 and that 9 sitting there along with the 10-pin. Gardner. His last throw here in this game. He'll take care of that spare. And he will be the second best bowler between these two teams with a 246. Right now, Evan Engel is working on a 250. He has one more throw coming his way. And then Zach Benavidez will finish things out here in this first match. Here is Engel. He'll take care of the sleeper but leave the 10. And Evan Engel will finish with a 252. Highest score here in this first match, but Zach Benavidez still has to go, and he has a 173 right now. Girls are finishing up the 9th. 799 to 694 right now. The Kahok varsity girls are leading. Here is Benavidez. His first throw in the 10th is good enough for a strike. Benavidez trying to get himself ready on 26 again, but I don't know if he's going to get himself ready in time. Yeah, he will. I was going to say before the varsity maroon bowler on 27 was ready, but she was waiting on a ball. So here is Benavidez, his second throw here in the 10th. And he'll leave one up, so his final ball will be going for a spare. Collinsville has won one head-to-head matchup. Cole Buddy got the best of Corbin Vaughn, 168 to 146. Ethan Gardner will win the battle here against Zach Benavidez. He gets that one pin down. He'll end up with a 203. He does. So Gardner and Buddy win their head-to-head matches. But the overall score, Belleville 1,066 and Collinsville 1,045. That's how this first match ends. We will take a break and come back and bring you match number 2 here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
Hi, I'm Colton Pareko. I want to thank the team at RE/MAX Alliance for helping me find my first home. It couldn't have been any easier. If you're in the game for a new home, contact my friends at RE/MAX Alliance.
And we welcome you back after game number 1 is in the books between Collinsville and Belleville West. The Maroons won that first matchup, 1,066 to 1,045. And Sean Hay, excuse me, joining us now in between games here. Actually, we're underway already in the second game, but boy, I tell you what, Belleville West came out flying in that first game.
Yeah, they're a hot team to start, and the hope is that you can weather that storm and continue pressing and bowling well. We had a little bit of trouble, or some of our leadoff bowler Ryan had a little bit of trouble getting started, so his game was a little bit lower than usual. Cole Buddy had a little uncharacteristic problems as well, but we made an adjustment. We're putting PJ Totlib in the 3-hole, and we'll see if we can get things going a little bit.
Yeah, Ethan Gardner, your anchor guy, he had a whale of a first game. Started off with 6 straight strikes before he hit a little bit of a bump, but then picked it right back up after that.
Absolutely. No, it happens. I mean, that kind of stuff. I mean, he stoned the 9-pin. It was a great shot. It was just a little high. And hopefully we can get things going again.
All right, girls look like they're on their way to win their first match.
For sure. It took a while for them to get the first open. So as a coach, you kind of want, even if you're not striking, you kind of want that first open to stay away. We had a couple afterwards, and then now we're getting ready to hopefully go into the next game and get a little bit higher than we got this one.
All right, very good. We'll talk to you after the next round.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you. And as Collinsville head coach Sean Hay, we are underway in match number 2. I'm going to let you watch for a little bit while I go take care of some personal business, and then we'll catch up on everything when I come back. So we'll do that in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network. Back here at Camelot Bowl, Todd Duke with you. We are into match number 2 for the boys. Girls are just finishing up match number 1. We'll give you that total here as soon as they're over. They're on their last bowlers right now for the girls. But before we do that, let's go ahead and thank the city of Collinsville. You can check out the city of Collinsville's Facebook page for information on upcoming events in the city. And as always, the city is a proud supporter of the Collinsville Unit 10 School District, and they wish all district athletes good luck this sports season. We're into the second frame on the boys' side, right in the middle of the second frame, and right now the Maroons have a 88-67 pin lead, but we are not finished up yet, so there is still some hope there for the girls. They will win this first matchup here. Belleville West has already finished, and they have a total of 837. And one more throw coming for Crystal Buckman. And then that match will be over. Here is Alex Dahl down 26. He'll pick them all up, knock them all down for Collinsville. As we are just about ready to complete frame number 2 here of this second game. Crystal Buckman ends up with a strike to end things, so very nicely done there. And Collinsville wins 967 to 837 in that first matchup against Belleville West. All right, let's get you caught up over here on the boys' side. That's who we are here to cover. That was Zach Benavidez. And he strikes out to end the second frame. Gardner trying to do the same, and it could have been a lot worse. 4 and the 7 end up on the left side, but the 6 and the 10 fell down last over on the right side. And Gardner trying to finish this out with a spare in frame number 2. He does, and after 2 complete frames for the boys, Belleville West leading 138 to 127. So Collinsville right now down by 11 pins. Let's hope we can erase that here in this third, or part of it, and then continue to build off of that. Here is Ryan Warner on lane 25 for your Collinsville Kahawks, and he'll start off by leaving that 10 pin up. Each team has swapped out their number 3 man from the first game, so Cole Buddy will be replaced by P.J. Tottleben for Collinsville, and then Corbin Vaughn will be replaced by Jordan DeRosette for Belleville West. Here is Hunter White on 26. He picks up a strike. Warner on 25 going for the spare, and he picks that one up. Just underway on the girls in their second match, while the boys are in frame number 3 of their second match. Here is Nathan Hay over on 25 for your Kahawks. Hay takes care of that strike. Here's Jalen Duncan on 26 for Belleville West. He hits that head pin on the left side, leaves up the 10. P.J. Tottleben on 25, sat out the first game. Here he is bowling in the second game, third frame, and he, yes, gets that 7 pin to finally fall down. That wobbled there for a while. Like a Weebles wobble, but they won't fall down. That one did. Here is Duncan picking up his spare. So that will mean that we'll get our first look at Jordan DeRosette here on 26 in just a moment. First, Alex Dahl on 25 for Collinsville. Dahl wipes him out. And DeRosette takes care of a strike on his side. Here is Ethan Gardner for Collinsville, down 25. Oh, he throws it in the gutter. That's a turkey for Darosette for Belleville West. Evan Engel. Now ready on 26 for the Maroons. It's on the way. And he will get a strike. Ethan Gardner going for a spare on 25 after that gutter ball. And he will take care of that spare. So a nice job on the comeback. And now Zach Benavidez ready on 26 for the final bowler of this third frame. Right now, the Maroons have a 10-pin lead, and that just jumped up. From a 10-pin lead to a 40-pin lead on one throw. 267 for the Maroons, 227 for Collinsville. So they did not make up any of those 11 pins and ended up dropping a bunch more. Ryan Warner on 26, ready to go for Collinsville. It's on the way. And good for a strike. Hunter White. 244 his last time. Leaves the 10. Evan Engel. But all bowlers in that first match with a 252. Right in front of Ethan Gardner's 246. Then you have Hunter White with his 244. Nathan Hay has just picked up a turkey. He had an open frame in that first one while we were away. But since then, 3 straight strikes. Here is Hunter White trying to pick up that 10-pin. He'll throw it in the gutter instead. P.J. Tottleben on 26 for Collinsville. Takes care of all of them. Jalen Duncan down 25 for the Maroons. Will leave up 2. Collinsville is going to make their move. They're going to have to do it now. We're almost halfway through the second match. Here's Alex Dahl. 3 straight strikes for Collinsville here in this fourth frame. Make it 4. And a turkey for Dahl. Here is Jalen Duncan picking up his spare on 25. And now Ethan Gardner on 26 will try to keep the strike parade going here. Every bowler in this fourth frame for Collinsville has hit a strike. Here's Gardner's opportunity. He'll take care of it, and Collinsville strikes out the side here in the fourth. Jordan Darosette on 25. Takes care of all of them. Now it'll be Evan Engel and then Zach Benavidez. Collinsville has already finished here in the fourth, and they had the frame, or they had the lane right next to the girls. Don't know how that happened. Of course, you know, all these guys bring about 600 bowling balls apiece, and they have a special bowling ball for each situation, so that's what sometimes can take a little longer. Here is Engel on 25, and he leaves up the 10-pin. Engel was the leading scorer in that first game with a robust 252. Collinsville right now with 357 is the pin count, and Belleville West at 369, so already down by 12, and we still have one more ball coming from Evan Engel, and we still have one more bowler after that in Zach Benavidez. Engel, he's ready to go. He'll take care of that 10-pin, and then Zach Benavidez will close out frame number 4. 4 strikes to start off this second game for P.J. Tottleben for Collinsville. 3 of 4 for Nathan Hay. Here is Benavidez for the Maroons, down 25, and he will take care of a strike. 2 strikes in that frame for Belleville West, 5 in that frame for Collinsville, but the Kahawks still trail 401 to 357. They trimmed a little bit off of it. It was a 40-pin lead. Oh, excuse me, they actually dropped. How in the world did that happen? 44 pins down now. There's Warner. Can't get that 10 pin to fall. It's back there just wobbling back and forth. Hunter White on 26 for the Maroons. Takes care of all of them. Warner takes care of his spare. There's Jalen Duncan on 26, waiting for the pins to drop. And there they go. Duncan bowled a 221 in his first match. Leaves the 10. Here's Nathan Hay. Hay leaves up the 10 and the 3. Jalen Duncan trying to pick up his spare on 26. He will. Nathan Hay trying to do the same on 25, just with one more pin. Oh, that was a nice shot. Got it to bounce off the right side of that 3 pin and then took the ball off to the right and hit that 10 pin. Let's thank Chapman Trucking LLC. Chapman Trucking LLC is a local Collinsville business owned and operated by 1994 Collinsville graduate Christy Chapman. With over 9 years of experience, Chapman Trucking LLC can take care of all of the heavy lifting when it comes to hauling aggregate materials such as sand, driveway rock, dirt, boulders, and more, including getting your heavy equipment to your work site. Give Christy a call for a free estimate at Chapman Trucking LLC, 618-960-9346, or online, chapmantruckingllc.net. Jordan Darosette picks up a strike. Trying to do the same is going to be P.J. Tottleben, who has started off with 4 straight strikes here in this match. Is number 5 in the books? Yes, it is. 5 straight strikes for P.J. Tottleben. Ethan Gardner started off that way in that first match. Fell back a bit, ended up with a 246. Here's Evan Engel for the Maroons on 26. He will leave up 1. Alex Dahl for Collinsville on 25. He will also leave up 1. Down 26 for Engel. He'll pick up his, and Dahl trying to knock down that 10 pin over on 25 with that white ball, and he will. On to the 5th bowlers. Zach Benavidez for Belleville West on 26. Ethan Gardner for Collinsville on 25. Benavidez first. He'll take care of the whole lot of them. Ethan Gardner. 2 strikes and a couple of spares to start off with. And he'll take care of all of them. One of those spares was a 10-pin spare. 5 frames in the books. 509 for Belleville West, 484 for Collinsville. So the Kahoks did a little bit of catching up there. Down by 25 pins. Here's Ryan Warner down 26 for the Kahawks. He'll leave up 3. Couldn't get that head pin, went to the right of it. Hunter White for the Maroons, up on 25. The girls are just starting the fourth frame. And right now the Maroons have the lead, 202 to 282. So a 20-pin difference there on the girls' side. Here is Warner down 26, picking up that spare, which included a sleeper. Nicely done. Hunter White has 1 pin to deal with over on lane 25. His try is a little short on the right side. Nathan Hay down 26 for Collinsville will leave up 1 pin. There is Jalen Duncan, and Duncan will take care of all of them. Nathan Hay down 26. Takes care of that one as well. Jordan Darrowset on 25 for the Maroons. He will also take care of all of them. And now, P.J. Tottleman, who has 5 straight strikes to start this match off with. Here's the opportunity for number 6, and that one could have been a lot worse, as he had the 4 and the 7 standing up on the left side, but ends up with just the 3 on the right side. So the Strike Fest 2018 is over for young Mr. P.J. Tottleman. And Evan Engel over on 25 also mows down the left side. Tottleman aiming for that spare. He'll pick it up. And now we move on to the 4th bowler for Collinsville, Alex Dahl, but not before Evan Engel finishes up over here on 25, and he'll leave up 1. Excuse me. Dahl takes care of all of them, so that'll break the string of 3 straight spares for Collinsville with the Dahl strike. And now the anchors. Ethan Gardner for Collinsville, but first Zach Benavidez for the Maroons over on 25. An open frame, 2 open frames in this 6th for Belleville West. So Collinsville with a chance to pick up some more pins as Benavidez leaves the 10. Gardner, be nice to get a strike here. There we go. Collinsville will still be behind, but they are inching just a little bit closer. Zach Benavidez down 25, trying to pick up his spare. He will. And after 6 complete frames in the book, Collinsville trailing 621 to 597, so a 24-pin lead now for Belleville West. Girls are falling a little farther behind, 294 to 247, after the girls won their first match by 130 pins. Ryan Warner takes care of all the pins on lane 25 as we begin the 7th frame. Hunter White, excuse me, will try to match over here on 26. He does. Right down the middle. Here's Nathan Hay on 25 for Collinsville. He'll leave 1. Almost had himself a sleeper, but the front pin ended up falling down there at the last moment. Jalen Duncan down 26 for the Maroons. Good. Nathan Hay trying to pick up his spare on 25, and he will. Middle of the order we go. P.J. Tottleben for Collinsville will be up on 25 while the girls bowl on 27. Tottleben. Can't get that ball to curve on him that time. Leaves a bunch of them in the middle there. The 1, 2, and the 8. Meanwhile, Jordan Darasette takes care of all his. Tottleben trying to pick up that spare on 25. He does. Evan Engel for the Maroons on 26. Strike. Alex Dahl on 25 for Collinsville. And he picks up a strike. That was a little unconventional. I think he barely touched that head pin as that ball went by. So the final 2 bowlers on the boys' side here in the 7th. Zach Benavidez steps up on lane 26. He's ready to go. Benavidez right now with a 39-pin lead on Ethan Gardner. Here is Benavidez and his try, and he'll take care of all of them. Gardner working on a turkey. Has the turkey and working on that 4th, and there's that pin rolling across there to get that 10-pin down. 7 frames are in the books, and Collinsville is inching back. 7-11 for Belleville West, 700 for the Kahawks. They started this game off trailing by 11. Now they trail by 11 after 7 frames. 3 frames left to go, including that 10th. And this is going to be quite the battle here, it seems, in this second matchup. Here's Warner down 26. Takes care of all 10 pins with 1 ball. Hunter White trying to match over here on 25. Won't quite curve enough and miss that head pin, so he has the 1, 2, 4 all on the left side standing up. Let's see if Nathan Hay can take care of this or take advantage of it. There you go. Back-to-back strikes to start off the 8th frame for Collinsville. Nathan White trying to pick up a spare here on 25. He will. And now P.J. Tottleben on 26. Had a hot start to this matchup. And then has spared his last 2. There we go. Back on the strike parade. 6 strikes out of his first 8 frames, and that's 3 strikes in a row here in this 8th frame for Collinsville, as they try to erase an 11-pin deficit at the conclusion of that 7th frame. Jalen Duncan ready over on 25, trying to pick up that little bit of ugliness over there. The 4 and the 7 stand on the left side, and he throws it in the gutter. Here is Dahl on 26 for Collinsville. Can we keep the strike parade going? Nope, that 10-pin was glued. It didn't want to budge. Jordan Darasette ready to go on lane 25 here for the Maroons. I believe after this frame, Collinsville may have erased that 11-pin deficit and taken the lead here. Here is Alex Dahl on 26, picking off that 10-pin. He does. One more ball coming here for, or excuse me, one more bowler for Collinsville. Here is Evan Engel, the 4th bowler for the Maroons, and he will leave 3 standing up. The 1, 3, and the 6. Ethan Gardner down 26 for Collinsville. And he'll wipe them all out. 4 out of the 5 hit strikes. The only one that didn't was Alex Dahl, and he picked up his spare. And Collinsville now with 822 pins. Still have one more ball coming from Evan Engel, and then Zach Benavidez still has to throw for the Maroons. There's the spare by Engel. And right now, Kahawks are up by 20 pins with one bowler to go here. Benavidez has 6 strikes in this second match. The only frame so far he hasn't got a strike in was the 6th when he picked up a spare. Here is his throw here in the 8th. He'll leave up 3. So that will help. If he picks up those 3, Collinsville, I believe, will have a 3-pin lead as we head into the 9th. Girls are starting to catch up as well. They are only down by 10 pins as they are in the middle of the 6th. Maroons with 422 and the Kahawks with 412. Benavidez ready to try to pick up his spare on 25 before we switch lanes and head to the 9th. He will leave one standing. So after 8 frames in the books, Collinsville has a 2-pin lead, 822 to 820. How about that comeback? Kahawks were down by 60 pins earlier in this game. Here is Ryan Warner on 25, starting off the 9th with a fine fashion, with a strike for his team. That's a turkey for Mr. Warner. Here is Hunter White for the Maroons. He will pick up a strike as well. Nathan Hay down 25 for the Kahawks. Will leave up 3 on the right. Jalen Duncan, he's ready to go on 26 for the Maroons. Got that big sweeping curve and takes care of all of them. Nathan Hay trying to wipe out these 3 on the right for a spare, and that 10-pin wouldn't fall. Back-to-back strikes for this Maroons team here to start off the 9th. Here is Jordan Darasette for the Maroons, and he will leave himself a sleeper. He'll have the 3 and the 9. Meanwhile, P.J. Tottleben for Collinsville on 25. We could use a strike right now. There you go. Well, Collinsville with 2 strikes here in this frame. Maroons have 2 strikes in this frame, but the Kahawks have an open frame. Here's Alex Dahl on 25 for the Kahawks. There we go. Every little bit helps. Jordan Darasette down 26, dealing with a 3-9 sleeper. He'll take care of both. Ethan Gardner up for the Kahawks. On lane 25. There we go. 4 of the 5 bowlers here in this frame hit pay dirt with a strike. Here is Engel, and he hits a strike. That's 6 in a row now for Gardner. After Gardner started off with a spare. Engel just helped his team. And now one final bowler here in the 9th for Belleville West is Zach Benavidez. It's on the way. And also a strike. So after 9, Collinsville out front 940 to 908. Last frame coming up here in match number 2. Ryan Warner, lane 26 for Collinsville, lets it fly. Oh, couldn't get them all to fall. Leaves up 3. Boys are starting the 10th, girls are starting the 7th. Hunter White for Belleville West on lane 25. He'll take care of all of them. Warner trying to give himself an extra ball here with a spare on 26. He will. White, his first extra ball after his strike on number 10 is on the way. And he will take care of all of them again. Here's Ryan Warner with his last throw here in this second match, and he cannot get that 9 pin to fall. So Warner will end up with a 201 after bowling a 202 in his first match. Hunter White bowled a 244 in his first match, and his last ball on lane 25 here in match number 2 is on the way. He'll leave 1 pin standing, and he'll fall well short of that first 244 by 40 pins after bowling a 204. Nathan Hay can't get a strike. He'll leave up that 6 and the 10 pin over here in this right corner. And he'll have to knock those down to get an extra ball. It's on the way. Stay up. There you go. So 1 extra throw coming for Nathan Hay. Meanwhile, Jalen Duncan down 25 picks up a strike. Boy, oh boy. Collinsville had a 40 pin or so lead here in this, heading into this final frame, but that might be disappearing now. First 2 bowlers went up there hitting strikes, Collinsville. A spare from Warner, and then he left 1 pin up. There's a spare from Hay, and his last throw will leave 3 up. Nathan Hay, who had a 203 in his first game, will settle for a 190 here in this second game. So Hunter White beats Ryan Warner by 3 pins for that head-to-head matchup. Jalen Duncan is already beating Nathan Hay in that head-to-head matchup, and Duncan has 1 more ball left, sitting on a 207 right now. Duncan will leave 2 standing on his final throw and ends up with a 215. Here is P.J. Tottleben, who started this match off with a flurry, and now he's going to end it in a thud because that is almost impossible to pick up that 7-10 split. So Tottleben may be throwing his last ball here in this second match. Aims for the 7, picks off the 7, but Tottleben is going to end up with a 230. Meanwhile, Jordan Darrissette keeps the strike parade continuing here for the Maroons, and the Maroons are going to end up winning this second match, even though Collinsville came back. Here is Alex Dahl with a strike. That helps, but I fear it might be too little too late. Darrissette down 25. Can't follow that first strike up with a second one, so he'll leave 3 standing for his final throw here in this second match. His first match, he did not play in the first one. Alex Dahl did. He had a 226, but fell short of Evan Engel's 252. Dahl is up now. Engel will be up next. There's the first one from Dahl, and that'll help. Well, second one, excuse me. Back-to-back strikes for Dahl. While Jordan Darrissette still has 3 to pick up over on 25. Alex Dahl has already eclipsed his first mark of 226, and he has 1 more left to throw. first. Darosset down 25. He'll leave one. And not bad. 267 for the sub. Jordan Darosset. Here's Alex Dahl trying to complete his 10th frame turkey. He does. And Dahl will end up with a 248. And he ends up with 4 in a row to end that match. Here is Evan Engel over on lane 25 for the Maroons, and he'll leave 1 pin standing. Last man up for Collinsville, Ethan Gardner here on 26. Need to finish with a flurry here, Mr. Gardner. There we go. Ethan Gardner, 7 strikes in a row now. Still with 2 more throws coming to him. Evan Engel. We'll see if he can pick up this spare over on 25 to have 1 extra ball coming his way. He does. Gardner. Ready down 26. Oh, 10 pin stays up. 1 more throw for Gardner. He's the last bowler for Collinsville. 1 more throw for Engel, the number 4 bowler for Belleville West. His is on the way, and he'll leave up 2. And Engel falls a little short of his first game, 252, with a 179. So Alex Dahl will pick up that head-to-head match, and Ethan Gardner could not pick off that 10 pin. And he will end up with a 248. That's 2 pins better than his 246 in the last match. And now Zach Benavidez is the lone bowler left here for the boys on this second match. 10th frame, lane 25, and Benavidez picks up a strike and just eclipsed his 203 that he bowled in the first game. Right now standing at a 217 with 2 more left to throw. And right now Collinsville up, but with 2 more left to go for Benavidez, Kahawks might be in a little bit of trouble here. Collinsville has 2 of the head-to-heads of the 4 so far completed. Or excuse me, not quite done yet. May have 2. Well, hate to say this, but Collinsville needs Zach Benavidez to hit anything but a strike here. Benavidez, his final throw of this match. It's on the way. And he leaves up 4. I think that might have just given Collinsville a squeaker of a game, and right now, Collinsville, 1,117 pins. Belleville West, 1,108. 243 for Benavidez. So 1, 2, 3 head-to-heads won by Belleville West in that matchup. So we'll have to see how things shake out here once those are configured in. So Hunter White got the better of Ryan Warner by 3 pins, 204 to 201. Jalen Duncan got the best of Nathan Hay in that second match, 215 to 190. The substitutes, PJ Tottleben falls to Jordan Darosset. Darosset with 267 against Tottleben's 230, and Tottleben had a whale of a game. And then the 2 winning sides, Alex Dowell got the better of Evan Engel, 248 to 179, and then Ethan Gardner barely gets the best of Zach Benavidez, 248 to 243. So I'll have to confer with the head man here, and we'll take a break anyway and do just that. And back with the final match of this game between Collinsville and Belleville West in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Mike's Automotive is a T3 certified tire center, and they can handle all of the basics, like oil changes and tune-ups, and the not-so-basic stuff like complete engine rebuilds. Mike's Automotive also has 24-hour towing and has 3 locations, Millstadt, St. Louis, and in Collinsville at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call 345-0611 online at mikesautomotive.net and Mike's Automotive on Facebook. Pack Mail, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail, 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville, online, weshipstlouis.com, or call 346-4884. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahok alums. Located at 302 East Main Street, Code 3 Barbecue Supply is your home for one-of-a-kind everything barbecue headquarters, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, smokers, rubs, sauces, and accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs, sauces, and they donate 25 cents of each unit sold to first responder and military organizations that focus on providing aid to the fallen, suicide prevention, and PTSD awareness. Stop on by, see the guys at Code 3 Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of the Memphis in May first place world champion Patriot sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at code3spices.com.
And we welcome you back to Camelot Bowl. Kahawks do indeed win that second matchup. 1,117 pins to 1,108 for Belleville West. And the third and final game is underway. We'll get a word here in a minute with Coach Sean Hay as he's got one more frame on the girls' side before the girls are finished with their second match. And joining us now is Coach Sean Hay. Coach, that was a nice comeback by the boys' side because they were down by about 60 pins midway through that game.
Yeah, that's they're more than capable of throwing lots of strikes. They just didn't do it very well first game.
P.J. Tottleben, you put him in as a sub in that second game, and boy, he started off on fire with 6 straight strikes.
Oh no, and he finished with what, 240?
Yeah, 230.
230. So no, yeah, he came in real well. He looked real loose in practice. We kind of set lineups before we get started, and then he looked really loose in practice, so I knew if anyone had any trouble, I could put him in.
And your girls right now are involved in a little bit of a barn burner going into this final frame over here, aren't they?
Yeah, we were having trouble in that third spot. The normal people that are throwing well are having a little bit hard time struggling today. So we have a freshman coming in getting their first varsity action here in a frame.
Oh, talk about some pressure.
well there's no pressure on that spot because there's only one strike in that whole line. So she can't do anything worse than what's already been done.
All right, thanks for the visit. We'll talk to you after the game.
Sure.
Thank you. That is head coach Sean Hay of your Collinsville Kahawks. We'll take another break here on the Kahawks Sports Network, and we'll be back and we'll fill in the blanks and follow along in this final set for the boys as the girls get ready to finish up over here on the other 2 lanes right next to us. But we'll be back in just a moment here on the Kahawks Sports Network.
Sloan's Pub House in Collinsville. Sloan's Pub House is now into their second year of operation on Main Street in uptown Collinsville. Sloan's Pub House offers daily lunch and dinner specials that feature homemade pizza, burgers, sandwiches, salads, and more. Sloan's Pub House offers a great variety of craft libations for you adults, as well as a great brunch on Saturdays and Sundays. Sloan's Pub House, 119 West Main Street in Collinsville. Call 855-9100 or online, sloanspubhouse.com. First National Bank of Waterloo. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo in O'Fallon for your mortgage and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, come see Bill Metzger at First National Bank of Waterloo. Call Bill at 618-632-1010 or visit him at 104 Regency Park in O'Fallon or online fnbwaterloo.com. That's my bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Once again, we welcome you back to Camelot Bowl. I am Todd Duke. Glad that you're with us here on the Kahok Sports Network. Big hello to Eli. Eli, hey, homesick, can't be here. I asked his dad, I said, so is Eli at home watching? He said, should be. So, Eli, get better. We'll see you next time. All right. Girls' game is just about over. They have a couple more bowlers to go, so we'll keep an eye on that. Let's get you updated on what's going on with the boys. We are beginning frame number 3. Actually, we're finishing up frame number 2. And Benavidez is down 26, and he's got a split. He'll only pick up the 2 on the left. So that will end frame number 2. And after 2 frames, the Maroons have a 10-pin lead, 137 to 127. Take a look over here at the girls. And Time Sampson is letting it go down 28. I know you can't see that until the ball comes into play, but she is the second to last bowler for the girls as the Maroons are on their last bowler. So we'll update you when that one is over. Here is Hunter White on 25, picking up a strike while Ryan Warner was left with a sleeper over here on lane 26. There is Warner. He'll take care of both. Jalen Duncan on 25 for the Maroons. He'll leave up 2. The 4 and the 7 pin. Nathan Hay on 26 for Collinsville picks up a strike. Jalen Duncan on 25, trying to pick up his spare, and he won't. That ball just swings right around that 4 pin. Got the 7, but left the 4 standing there.
P.J. Tottleben on 26 for Collinsville. Crystal Buckman ready to throw over on 28 for the Kahawks, and she is the final bowler on the girls' side. That's her first throw, though, coming down 28. And then the girls will be finished with their second match. Boys are into their third, already into the third frame on their third match. Here is Jordan Darosette over on 25 for the Maroons. He'll leave one standing. P.J. Tottleben has a little bit of a split over here on 26 to work with. It's on the way, and he will take care of both of them. Nicely done. One more ball coming for Crystal Buckman, and she'll be finished over there. And that second game will be in the books as Jalen Duncan takes care of his spare on 25. Alex Dahl steps up on 26 for Collinsville. He'll leave a split. Last ball for Crystal Buckman. She'll take care of all of them and pick up a strike. We'll see how this pans out. Collinsville ladies lose that second match. Belleville West ends up with 860, while Collinsville ends up with 846. So both of these boys and girls varsity teams have split. Speaking of split, Alex Dahl could not pick up his split on 26. So the boys and the girls have each won one game each. Tiebreaker game underway now for the boys. Getting ready to start here for the girls. Here is Ethan Gardner down 26. He'll wipe them all out. And for Gardner, he has a spare strike going on here in this third and final matchup, as Zach Benavidez will take aim down 25 to see if he can pick up his spare. 4-6-2-2. Here is Jalen Duncan taking care of all the pins in front of him on 26, as P.J. Tottleben steps up for Collinsville on 25 and then changes his mind on what ball he wants to throw with. And we'll start over. Here's Tottleben's throw. And he'll take care of all of them. Jordan Darosette on 26 for the Maroons will do the same. Alex Dahl will try to pick up the fourth strike here in this fourth frame for Collinsville. First three have hit pay dirt. Dahl cannot. Leaves up two. Evan Engel for the Maroons on 26. Excuse me. Dahl picks up his spare on 25. Evan Engel trying to do the same on 26. He'll have one less pin to deal with than Dahl did. His throw is on the way, and good. Ethan Gardner looking for a double in the strike department, and he will. Some violent action down there on those pins. I think that the 7 pin came all the way across the way and knocked down that 10 pin. Here is Zach Benavidez. So 4 of the 5 got strikes in that fourth frame for Collinsville. Alex Dahl, the only one that didn't, but at least he picked up his spare. And Zach Benavidez does the same thing for Belleville West. 4 strikes and 1 spare in that fourth frame. Collinsville down 337 to 318 after 4 frames. Girls are just underway. They are in the middle of frame number 1. So the boys will be finishing up a long time before the girls as Ryan Warner picks up a strike. That'll be his second in a row. Here is gutter ball by Hunter White. Hunter's had a pretty good night, 244 in his first match and 204 in his second one. Nathan Hay. Ready down 26. There you go. Nathan picks up his 4th in a row. Hunter White on 25. Trying to pick up that spare after that gutter ball. He'll leave 2 standing. That will help Collinsville out. Jalen Duncan, down 25 for the Maroons, will wipe out a little over half. 6 down, 4 up. Here is P.J. Toddleben for the Kahawks. He will leave up the 10 pin. He was coming off a strike in that last frame. Duncan down 25, trying to pick up his spare, and he just barely does. Got that head pin. Barely nipped it on the left-hand side to get it to knock down. Toddleben trying to pick up that 10 pin over here on 26. He'll leave it to the left. That didn't help. So an open frame for a player from each team here in this 5th frame. And a strike for Jordan Darrowset on 25. Here is Dahl trying to match, and he will leave up the 5 pin. The 5 pin with black mark all over the front of it. Aim at that black mark. It's just shoe polish, that's all it is. Evan Engel over on 25. Leaves up 2. Dahl trying to knock down that 5 pin right in the middle, and he will, and he did hit it right on that black mark. See, teenagers do listen to you sometimes. All except for mine. And all you guys out there with teenagers are going, nope, mine doesn't listen either. There is Engel over on 25 trying to pick up that spare split, and he can't. He'll leave the 10 pin up. Ethan Gardner, who's had a very good day, 246 and 248 respectively, on 26 will take care of another strike. He picks up a turkey, and 4 of his first 5 frames are strikes. Zach Benavidez, the final bowler here in this 5th frame, over on 25 for the Maroons. His ball is on the way, and he will pick up a strike, and that'll give his team a lead. 430, or excuse me, Collinsville is now in front by 5 pins, 435 to 430. 6th frame coming up. Time to thank some more of our sponsors while we have a second. How about the Collinsville Education Association? The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website, collinsvillecea.org. Almost a nice split pickup over there by Ryan Warner. Couldn't quite get that 7 pin to fall. Here's Hunter White for the Maroons, and he will leave the 10 pin standing. One more Kahok varsity matchup coming for you to end our week. That's tomorrow. It'll be the boys basketball home opener. Boys are hot, 7-1 this year. The only loss was a buzzer beater, a 3-point shot at East St. Louis on Tuesday night. So the boys will try to forget about that game and focus on their home opener tomorrow against their biggest rivals, the Edwardsville Tigers. It's been a few years since Collinsville has beaten Edwardsville on the basketball court, and I think that trend may go a little bit in our favor this year. Another ugly split coming up over for Collinsville on 25. That is P.J. Tottleben. Has the 4 and the 7 on the left side, and then 3 more pins on the right side. Jalen Duncan, meanwhile, has a split himself over on 26, so one good split deserves another, right? Tottleben, he'll go for his first. Aims for the 3 on the left, and that's all he'll get, or the 3 on the right, excuse me. Here is Jalen Duncan. He does the same at the 2 on the right. He'll pick those up, so back-to-back open frames by these 2 bowlers here. And for Collinsville, Alex Dahl already up on 25, ready to let it fly. And he has a split. Man, oh man, what's going on here? Leaves up the 4 and the 7 on the left side and the 10 on the right side. Jordan Darosette trying to get ready to throw down 26. Has to wait on Time Sampson to let hers down 27. Here is Dahl, and Dahl will hit a field goal. They'll go in between all the pins. A little fall off here by the last few bowlers for both teams. Ooh, Darosette almost had himself a strike here. 9 pin moved a little bit, but didn't quite fall. Ethan Gardner up on 25 for the Kahawks. There you go, Mr. Gardner. That is 4 in a row. Darosette takes care of his 1 pin. That'll bring up Evan Engel. So it'll be Evan Engel and Zach Benavidez while Collinsville relaxes for a bit as their 5 bowlers have already finished here in this 6th frame. Let's thank Metro East Roofing and Guttering. They are locally owned and operated since 1987 by brothers and Kahok alums, Tony and Corey Jones. Metro East Roofing and Guttering can help with all of your roofing, guttering, and siding needs. They're located at 1231 Lebanon Road in Collinsville. Metro East Roofing and Guttering is the hometown company you know and trust. Give them a call at 618-345-5679 today for your free estimate, and visit their Facebook page at Metro East Roofing and Guttering. Evan Engel going for his spare here on 26. He'll pick it up, and it'll be up to Zach Benavidez to finish us out here in this 6th frame. Collinsville up right now, but we'll await the final bowlers' totals before we give you a score. Looking over at the girls right now, they're in the middle of the 3rd frame, and another close match going on there with the Maroons up by 11 pins. 163 to 152, but as I said, they're in the middle of their 3rd frame. Here is Zach Benavidez. Down 26, leaves up the 7 pin. So the boys' home opener for you tomorrow. Edwardsville, Mike Waldo no longer in charge there. That's going to look different all in itself. Over 20 years Waldo was at Edwardsville as the head basketball man. But he stepped down at the end of last year. Benavidez down 26, trying to pick up his spare. He does. That ball headed down the middle the whole time, and then the last 5 feet, it turned left. And after 6 frames in the book, Collinsville up front, 542 to 523. So a 19-pin lead for the Kahawks right now as we head to frame number 7. There is Ryan Warner, down lane 26 for Collinsville. And he gets them all. Hunter White on 25 for the Maroons. Will try to match. He will. The last second. That back pin falls down. Here's Nathan Hay. Nathan had an open frame in his first, and in the second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth, he has hit strikes. And he'll do the same here in the seventh. 6 in a row. And Jalen Duncan matches over on 25. So now it'll be the two guys who filled in as subs in the last game. P.J. Tottleben on 26 and Jordan Darosette on 25. Tottleben up first. Oh, mowed right through the middle and just left Penn standing there. Actually, does Jalen Duncan still need to go over here? I don't know what we're waiting on lane 25. Tottleben will take care of 2 of the 4 he left up on that split. And we are still waiting on lane 25. I don't really know what we're waiting on. Meanwhile, down 26. Not sure who that was. Got a couple more subs, but usually the coach will come up and tell me when he's putting somebody else in, but I didn't get that tap on the shoulder. Good. Now, Jordan Darosette ready to go. We had to wait a correction in the scoring for Jalen Duncan. Didn't give him a strike. Did for Jordan Darosette, who just hit that one. Here is Ethan Gardner down 26 for Collinsville. And he'll take care of all of them again, and that is 5 in a row for Gardner. Here is Evan Engel on 25 for the Maroons. They're a little behind now, as Collinsville has already finished here in the 7th frame. Engel leaves one standing, and Zach Benavidez will bowl behind him. Evan Engel takes care of that one pin. So Zach Benavidez waits his turn. He'll be the final bowler here in this 7th frame. First throw will be the only throw here in this 7th. So we head to the 8th, and Collinsville still up now by 28 pins, 630 to 602. Ryan Warner will get ready to go on 25. Girls are still trailing. They're in the middle of the 4th, trailing by about 17 pins right now. Here is Ryan Warner. And boy, I tell you what, I've seen a lot of splits here in this final game. Final matchup of the day. This one's just as ugly as all the rest of them. 1 pin over on the left side, 3 pins. Over on the right side for Ryan Warner. He'll aim at the 3 and hope to get a bounce back, and that didn't happen. So an open frame for Mr. Warner. Here is Hunter White for the Maroons. Good for all 10. Nathan Hay trying to keep that streak going. And he can't. Just 1 pin left, so that'll end 7 in a row for young Mr. Hay. After an open frame in the first, he got 9 down on that first attempt and then missed the last one. And then rattled off strikes in the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh before leaving this one pin over here. And that's the same pin that Jalen Duncan just left up on his throw. Hay will take care of his. Duncan will get his chance here in a second. Jalen Duncan, 227 his first game, 215 his second game, and he'll pick up that spare as well. Tolleman, good. Are we back to Cole Buddy? Yep, we're back to Cole Buddy. And another couple of pins standing up over on the far right-hand side. There is Jordan Darosette down 26 for Belleville West. Coach Hay, who is that bowling right now for you?
That is Hunter Yingle.
Okay. Hunter Yangle bowling now for Alex Dahl. Ethan Gardner steps up on 25 now for Collinsville. Gardner working on 5 straight and can't pick up the 6th. There is Darosette for the Maroons. He'll take care of his spare on 26. Ethan Gardner ready to try to pick up his spare on 25, while Evan Engel gets ready on 26 for the Maroons, and Gardner's attempt at that spare is a completed task. Engel, 252 in his first match and then fell down to a 179 in his second, and he will leave up that 10 pin. Collinsville all finished with the 8th frame. One more throw coming from Engel, and then Zach Benavidez can finish out the entire frame for both teams. Right now, Collinsville's pin total is 731. After knocking down that pin, the Maroons' pin total is 681, but they still have Benavidez to throw. I have one more bowling match coming up this month. I made sure I scheduled 2 in November, 2 in December, and 2 in January. So I know we have one more coming up here in December. And that will be on the 17th. It'll be the girls' turn. And that'll be against Belleville East as Benavidez hits a strike to end the 8th, and Collinsville up by 30 pins now, 731 to 701 as we head to the 9th. Each team has already won a match, so this is the deciding match that'll determine who wins here this afternoon as we head toward the evening hours. Here is Ryan Warner on 26 for Collinsville. He'll take care of all of them. Hunter White trying to match on 25. He will leave the 10 pin up. Nathan Hay, who just saw his streak of 7 in a row come to a close, will pick it up again here in the 9th. Back-to-back strikes now by both Warner and Hay. Hunter White trying to pick up his spare on 25 for the Maroons. He will. Cole Buddy steps back up in that third spot for the Kahawks on 26. And he'll leave one up. Jalen Duncan on 25 for the Maroons. Takes care of his strike. Buddy trying to pick up this 8-pin. Give himself a spare. He will. Here is Jordan Darosette down 25 for the Maroons. He will take care of all of his pins. Hunter Yangle down 26. Will leave up 3. Engel leaves up 3 also. So far they're following each other here at Collinsville and Belleville. 2 strikes and a spare by the first 3 guys, and then a 7 and a 7 by the 4th bowlers. And Hunter Yangle picks up his spare, and now Evan Engel. It's Yangle and Engel. Engel on 25, trying to do the same. Ethan Gardner, the 5th bowler and the anchor bowler for the Kahawks, will ready himself on 26. Here is the throw by Engel, and he'll leave up 1. So that's where the match pin for pin ends here between Collinsville and Belleville West. Waiting for a pin reset drop over here on 26, but apparently something's wrong there. So Zach Benavidez will have a chance to go first over on 25, while the Kahawks await a pin set up on 26. Here is Benavidez. Leaves up 1. Still waiting for a pin reset on 26. Well, while we're waiting, we do have one more sponsor that we need to thank. So let's go ahead and take care of that now. We can thank the Junior Service Club of Collinsville. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the Collinsville and surrounding areas an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go help the needy in Collinsville. For any information on any event that is coming up from the Junior Service Club, you can visit the Collinsville Junior Service Club's Facebook page. So Benavidez picks up his spare. Here is Gardner, 9-pinner. He will also leave up that 8-pin. And the Kahawks may be trailing here as we head into this 10th and final frame. Ethan Gardner trying to take care of this spare. He does so. And as we head into the 10th frame, the Maroons definitely do have a lead by 5 pins. 8-15 to 8-10. So this should be fun. Getting it all going in the 10th. Here is Ryan Warner on 25 for the Kahawks. He lets it fly, and he will not knock them all down. Sometimes the sheer force of the throws by Warner and Gardner is enough to scare all the pins down. Here's Hunter White for the Maroons on 28. He'll leave up 1 as well. Warner, first crack at a spare. He'll get it and pick up the extra ball. Hunter White will try and match Ryan Warner. Here is his throw. And he will. So Warner with his extra ball, down 25 right now. And he'll be off the mark, misses the head pin, picks up 7, leaves 3 standing. So Hunter White with a chance to extend his team's lead. This frame started off with a 5-pin lead. For the Maroons. Here is Hunter White. He'll let it go. And he will help his team out. Nathan Hay leaves up 2. This isn't going to end well, is it? JV teams are already finished for the evening. Jalen Duncan ready to go down 26 here for the Maroons. He will have a split. Nathan Hay trying to pick up his spare. He will. Nicely done. Those are always a little tough. Not much of a split. Not like a 7-10 split, but a split is a split, and they're tough to pick up, including Jalen Duncan's down here. He has the 4-7 and the 6-10. So unless he can miraculously pick this up, ooh, that was close. The open frame will help Collinsville out here. Here is Hay in his final throw of the night. And he'll pick up a strike. So Ryan Warner falls below 200 for the first time here with a 177. Hunter White, all 3 of his games ended up over 200, and he won all the head-to-head matches against Warner, this time with a 203. Here is Jordan Darrissette. He'll knock them all down. Nathan Hay ends up with a 238. That's his biggest win. And nicely done over there by Cole Buddy. Jalen Duncan ends up with a 168. So Nathan Hay ends up winning that head-to-head matchup for the first time. Jalen Duncan had won the previous 2. Strike by Cole Buddy and by Jordan Darrissette. Darrissette is up on 26, and he'll let his first bonus throw fly, and he'll knock down 8 of the 10. Cole Buddy over on 25. Be nice to pick up another strike here for Collinsville. It's on the way. And yes, there it is. That final pin, I believe that was the 6th pin, was the last one standing. It finally fell there at the last moment. Here is Darrissette. He'll take care of his spare. That will finish up his night. And he ends up with a 216 after bowling a 267 in his other only game. Cole Buddy bowled a 168 in the first, didn't play in the second. Here's his final throw, and he'll knock down 9 of the 10. And Cole Buddy will finish up with a 160. So Darrissette will win that head-to-head matchup. And here is Evan Engel, who will knock them all down. His first throw down 26. As we await Hunter Yangle over on 25 for Collinsville. It's moving, and he knocks down 7 of the 10. This is going to be a close finish here, folks. Here is Evan Engel down 26, and he'll have back-to-back strikes here in this 10th frame. Meanwhile, Hunter Yangle has to pick up that spare over on 25. He will. One more to come his way. Final one of the night for Evan Engel on lane 26. It's on the way. And one will be remaining. So Engel will finish up with a 178, 1 pin less than his last game of 179, and Hunter Yangle will throw his final ball, and he'll end up with a 149. Here is Zach Benavidez. Final bowlers for each team. Right now, Kahawks with a 3-pin advantage. Down 26, and Benavidez couldn't knock them all down. This is where Ethan Gardner can pay off. Gardner lets it fly. And there you go. Zach Benavidez will have to pick up his spare, and he'll have one more throw left. Benavidez down 26. Will pick up his spare. He'll have one more throw, and that will do it for Belleville West here tonight. Ethan Gardner, 2 more coming his direction. First one, ready to come down lane 25 right now. Oh, leaves up 3. So Zach Benavidez, one more throw. It's on the way on 26. He'll leave up 3. So Benavidez will end up with a 188. His first 2 games were well over 200. Here is Gardner to end it. He will end it by leaving 1, but I think Collinsville will have enough to pull out the victory as Gardner ends up with a 235 in that last game. And Collinsville will win this one by 6 pins. 956 to 953. So we're talking like 3 pins. I think I got that right. Yeah, okay. Well, that was a big comeback there, especially in that second match when the Kahawks were losing by about 60 pins midway through that game. They came back and won that one. And then they pull out the squeaker here, 956 to 953 in this final matchup. Girls, they are starting the 9th frame. Collinsville needs to win that one over there as well to pull out the victory, as both the boys and the girls had split with Belleville West to start off with. So we will keep an eye on them, but right now we are going to transition ourselves into the Cullip Jennings Florist post-game show. Cullip Jennings Florist is a staple in the Collinsville area, has been for generations. Cullip Jennings Florist, located at 517 West Clay Street. Stop in for weekly specials. Right now, it's all about Christmas time. Poinsettias are on sale at Cullip Jennings Florist, so get yours while you can to make your home look and smell a little bit more like Christmas. For anything that Cullip Jennings has to offer, plants, flowers, and a variety of gifts that you can get for your favorite Christmas person. Give them a call, 344-0404, online, CullipJennings.com. Post-game show comes your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
Cullip Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Cullip Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all design styles from traditional to trend-setting. Cullip Jennings Florist is, of course, your place for beautiful flowers suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Cullip Jennings Florist is there for any of life's major moments. Cullip Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online, CullipJennings.com. Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today, 618-344-2800, or on the Missouri side, 314-241-5253, or online, lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience, choose Lakeside.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Mike's Automotive is a T3 certified tire center, and they can handle all of the basics, like oil changes and tune-ups, and the not so basic stuff like complete engine rebuilds. Mike's Automotive also has 24-hour towing and has 3 locations: Millstadt, St. Louis, and in Collinsville at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call 345-0611, online at mikesautomotive.net and Mike's Automotive on Facebook.
And once again, we welcome you back into the Cullip Jennings Florist post-game show here on the Kahok Sports Network, as the boys are victorious here tonight, as they had a little bit of a no. Okay, you tell me, man. I don't even know how to keep score in bowling.
Right. I don't think so. I'll need to see the sheet, but
Well,
I think we lost by 6 pins. Total.
Did you?
Let me see what you.
Well, you got 956 to 953 on the last game.
Right. So we split for total, and we split for one game. Oh, so we got one game, and no, we got 2 games, and then they got 1 game in total. So that's even. So it depends on individual points.
Oh, so individual head-to-head?
Yes.
Oh, so you might be on the short end there.
Yeah, I think we are.
Yeah, okay. All right, well, even if you are, I'm still impressed with the comeback effort, especially that second game when you guys were down like by more than 50 pins and you came back and took that one.
Oh, no, yeah, definitely they did. We had a little bit of trouble in the middle of our lineup again, and anytime you have a main starter sick, that kind of shows up sometimes. I mean, our team's deep, it for sure is. But like I said, we just we had to make a couple subs, and moving that many people in the middle of the game is always a risk. And this time it didn't pan out, but sometimes it will. So I had to take the risk based on the way things were going.
Yeah. All right, and I know you're paying attention to the girls, so and that's another close one too.
That's closer than it should be. That's for sure. We missed some spares we normally wouldn't miss. This has just been a rough week, I'll tell you that right now. We had only 1 practice this week, and it was picture day. So I'm not making excuses, but that takes up a lot of time.
Yeah, I got you. All right, well, we have some girls coming up on the 17th of December against Belleville East, so that's when we'll see you next.
What day was that?
17th of December.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, against Belleville East. So I try to go boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl. Try to keep everything fresh.
Well, it's nice you can kind of see both.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I definitely pay attention to both. Well, so we'll see you then, and have a great week. Get some practice in.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
All right, thanks.
All right, that is Coach Sean Hay of your Collinsville Kahawks. The boys apparently fall here tonight. See, I don't know what I'm talking about sometimes, especially when you come to the head-to-head matchups. But at any rate, that's going to do it for us. We're back at you tomorrow. We'll be on the air around 7:10. Again, it always depends on the junior varsity game getting over at a decent time. The last girls game we did, that did not happen. We were about 20 minutes late in getting on. So we try to shoot for about 7:10 because the tip-off is scheduled for 7:30. But, again, it does not always go as planned. So I will, of course, update the Facebook page once I get all the final numbers handed to me here for both the boys and the girls. So until tomorrow, my name is Todd Duke. Big thanks to Sean Hay and all the great folks here, Diane Hartman at Camelot Bowl. We couldn't do it without them. And again, my name is Todd Duke. And until tomorrow, from Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium for the boys' home opener in the basketball world, have a fantastic evening.